Brian Callahan hired as the Titans offensive coordinator, or excuse me, Bengals offensive coordinator Brian Callahan hired as the Titans head coach. And I think this is a fantastic hire. I really do. Because when you go and you get an offensive minded head coach, when you go and get an offensive coordinator that has had that toolage in Joe Burrow, that has 18 years of experience like Brian Callahan does, who was able to go to a Super Bowl with the Bengals, who was able to go to a Super Bowl back in 2018 as well as as a person on the staff. This is a great move. And we understand that firing Mike Vrabel wasn't the most, wasn't the best thing to do, because I thought Will Levis was looking very promising. I thought that Mike Vrabel was able to get everything out of his players, and look what he did in the first 4 seasons. We understand the AFC championship that he had his guys in. We understand that he secured that 1 seed with having the most starting lineups in the league that year. I think over 90 different starting lineups for his starting 11 on both sides of the ball, because that's how often they were injured. And for Brian Callahan to come in, we know the Bengals are one of the hottest, most well-respected teams in the league. We see that they've been turned around most recently as well with a guy like Joe Burrow. I'm not saying Will Levis will be Joe Burrow, but this is a fantastic hire. They went through a very thorough candidate search. Brian Callahan comes out. Again, Denver in 2015, not 2018. Super Bowl winner in 2015 with the Denver Broncos, of course, with Peyton Manning, and then another team that went to the Super Bowl with the Cincinnati Bengals in 2020. He's worked in a lot of dynamic offenses, a lot of top flight quarterbacks. And at each step of his career, it feels like he's really had his flexibility with these players and his overall football savantness, his intelligence of the game, has really, really stood out. And him doing the in-person interview and then, finally getting the job, about a week or so ago, it made me, he does have 18 years. Well, let me back up a little bit. Slow down. The Titans interviewed 10 candidates for the position after they, parted ways with Mike Vrabel. Callahan was among 2 candidates who received a second interview and one of 3 in-person interviews that was conducted by the team as well. And this makes me happy to see, because my cousin is a Titans fan. Wesley, I know you're a Titans fan as well. I appreciate both of y'all always supporting the show. When you move on from a defensive guy like Mike Vrabel, who was still able to get a great offense out of his guys and had good coordinators as well, you want to bring in someone who is going to let your offense click, because this offense is bare. It's very bare. And now with Derrick Henry heading out, maybe they're able to keep D-Hop. D-Hop did sign with them earlier in the offseason. Will Levis is a bright spot. Your defense could be, possibly worked out. But to know that you move off one good coach to go and get another one who doesn't have any head coaching experience, but 14 years in the NFL, 18 years of coaching experience overall, it's a very good hire, because I'm tired of seeing teams go out and interview defensive coordinators and, unless you're very, very established with a head coach in a defensive way like a Bill or a Pete Carroll or a Jim Harbaugh, I don't want any part of it. And they went and chose a budding offensive coordinator that works with one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL in Joe Burrow. And it's just a very solid move. Offensive coordinator with the Bengals since 2019. Very, very, very solid in helping Joe Burrow as well. Quarterback coach for the Lions, 2016, 2017. He helped Matt Stafford finish 3rd in passing yards and 4th in passing touchdowns in 2017, and even helped him post a career best 99.3 passer rating as well. When he was with the Raiders in 2018, he helped Derek Carr achieve a career high in passing yards, then of 4,049 yards. Also led the AFC with a 69% completion percentage as well. But, Callahan's longest stretch was with the Bengals. The team had a ton of success under him. They were working under Zach Taylor. He was part of 2 AFC North titles, 2 AFC championship appearances, and a Super Bowl berth. Over the past 3 seasons, the Bengals offense ranked in the NFL's top 10 in several categories. They were 6th in scoring at 25 points, 7th in passing at 251 yards per game, 7th in red zone efficiency at 61.5%, 10th in third down percentage at 41%, and 6th in time of possession at 31 minutes. Very, very solid. In 2022, with the healthy Joe Burrow, the Bengals offense was 7th in points per game at 26, 8th in total yards at 361 per game, fifth in passing yards at 265. Joe Burrow was named to his first Pro Bowl that year. He set single season team records for completions with 414 and touchdown passes of 35, and was also fifth in the NFL in passing yards as well. They had a pair of 1,000-yard receivers in Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. And in 2021, the Bengals offense ranked in the top 10 league-wide in scoring, which was 8th at 27.1, passing, which was 7th at 259, en route to, of course, the Super Bowl. Oh, shit. Excuse me. Of course, en route to the Super Bowl appearance that they had as well. So this is just a fantastic move. I mean, going over all the things that Brian Callahan has done, this really couldn't be a better hire here for the Tennessee Titans.